Hey guys, welcome back to some more Raid. As you can see, we are in day 16, which means we get our third shard of our legendary champion. Cannot wait to collect and build him up. And overall, we've been saving a lot of resources through here to get him built up. Now, I want to look at a few different things, including, you can see we almost have our 60-day rewards in here. We're 49 days, we get 500 energy. That is going to be massive for what we have going on. And you can see Community Week is going on. The portal is up as well. Now, looking in here, looks like this is just going to be the fragmented summons. Artor is almost, Artor is almost done. We are 3/4 of the way done, which means next time that we get the fragments, we're going to be able to get this champion. We've been waiting for him because this is support and this is also healing. We need a champion that is super strong when it comes to healing. We picked up a couple rare champions that have been kind of fitting the bill, but overall I feel like we can do a lot better when it comes to the healing. Now, Clan vs. Clan is finally done. We did incredibly well. We were closing in on 1,000,000 points in here, almost doubling up what the opponent team did. And this gave us unique rings. Now, I had not gotten any of these accessories. These actually gave us a couple unique accessories. And with these accessories, it actually gave us a couple skills in here, which is pretty cool because I didn't know they existed. We got this ring, which gives the wearer worth 5% of damage dealt after attacking. So every time that this specific champion attacks, we're going to get a shield. There are, again, a few different rings that we've seen through here, including the pinpoint. I haven't used the pinpoint set that we have right now. But again, looking at the ability to get a few of these rings that are pretty unique, 25% chance to get critical hit into normal when attacking before the first turn. So there are some special reaction rings. There's a few different ones. Even here is the blood shield, again, giving us the ability to a different faction that we have right here, the Skinwalkers, to go ahead and build these out. So I was super excited to see that we did get a couple rings out of there. And overall with this event, we're still doing incredibly well. The Titan event, you can see we're almost done with milestone number 2, moving into milestone number 3 pretty soon to make sure that we do get those split souls. That way we can build the perfect souls and we can build them up. Now we are going to need some ascended materials in there. We are going to need a couple other things. Altar of Souls and the Soul Merchant. Let's talk about this for a minute. So again, looking in here, there are a couple heroes, even High Katoon. We already do have one split soul. We could add a secondary soul. So depending on exactly who you're using in your formation, it is imperative that you're building out and buying these souls out as they come available, because I don't know the rotation with all of the epic heroes we have in here, all of the legendary, even all of the rare heroes, how often you're going to see it come up. So you have to pay attention. This resets every 12 hours. So going in here and really buying these when you do have availability to them is the only way that you're going to get this. Now you'll notice 1 star right here is 7 of our little souls right here. And then of course, when we go in there, the immortal souls, it is now at 13. As you add additional split souls onto these champions, it does get more expensive. I didn't know that. Even looking at, a champion like Alice that is looking for that very last ascended, but also looking for that very last 6 stars. It's going to be very, very expensive. There's no way looking on this account right now that we could go ahead and afford it. But you can see we've had some pretty good blessings. Tagore got a blessing right there. Elena Rio got a blessing. We also did have Torgi got a blessing. Now, Torgi is what I'm focusing on right now and building out in the entirety. That way we have a guild boss. So we have been focusing on and really focusing on building out the guild boss and getting the guild boss champions a lot more built. Now, when it comes to Taragi, he is super broken when it comes to the guild boss. And the reason is a couple different things right here, decreasing attack. Anytime that you can reduce how much damage that boss is going to do, absolutely important. Then here we do have the provoke, so making sure that we're attacking this champion. Then we have a shield and an ally protect and a reflect damage and a poison debuff that does come up with the next ability. So when you think of the combination of all these guys, when you think of some of the very heavy hitters, you're going to have the ability to keep your team alive. You're going to be able to ally protect them right there, as well as reflecting the damage. This is huge when we're building these out. Now, I dropped Iron Will on there. Don't know if this is really the best one for him. I haven't, and again, kind of building up the team, decreasing the damage the champion receives according to the number of debuffs. We get a lot of debuffs through a lot of different game modes. If we're getting debuffs in here, reducing the damage, absolutely, it might not be worth it, but overall, I do like this one anytime that I can have him take more damage, because looking at what he kind of has built out, he does take a lot of damage from a lot of different sources. They have a speed set on him, and then we have the Stalwart, which is the 30% less damage from AoE attacks. Again, very, very important. Even looking on here, we got speed on the boots, a couple different things. Again, some of these other rerolls we could rather do without, but even looking at a few here, I've been trying to farm a little bit better gear, been trying to really focus on a lot of different game modes to build out some of the Relentless, some of the Savage gear, and overall, some of these artifacts have been incredibly, incredibly difficult to get additional copies of. Right there, we just got an Epic Gauntlet, which we are looking for the HP. As much as I would love to throw some heavy defense on there, I am looking at building up the HP percentage, which, you know, that is really, well, we got one right here. Actually, 450, we got some HP. I'm going to swap these because remember, it is also the free swap gear event. I'm going to take these to 12. Even though this doesn't have the HP, we'll get the HP on there. But we also did get some more resistance. We also got some more accuracy, which is going to help a lot. We want and really need to build out the HP. I didn't know this one didn't have HP. So we went ahead, we ditched that. So scoring a lot more hit points out of here because of this 6% bonus. You can see, guys, right now we're north of about 30,000 HP. We're just north of 30,000. Now we do have to get the speed a little bit higher, need to get that accuracy a little bit higher so we make sure that we're landing everything overall for the hero. And again, it comes with time as we're adding more ascensions on here, as we're adding more artifacts, being able to put essentially some of these on there with these amulets, putting some of these banners on there. It is just going to be adding really stacks or really stats on top of stats when it comes to building out these champions in the entirety. And this is one, again, we farmed a couple more of our masteries in here, building them out little by little. And we know that Supreme Galak is mastery kind of built. We have a couple more like Alice, which is very close. We need, I believe it's 250. I think it's 250 to get that very last piece out. So I focused on really 5 different champions to build out. Now I'm looking here, number 1, Supreme Galak. We're looking at Alice. Tagore is another one. We built out Deacon, and then we are building out Elenariel as kind of our 5th. Toragi is also the one that kind of fills the slot within the guild boss. So depending on the content we're doing makes a big difference. Also do have Yugo, also do have Haikatun, but as you can see, we did split some resources across a couple different champions, which in my opinion, personally looking back, I think was kind of a mistake. We're waiting to do some more summons, but if we get more summons, that means we're going to get more heroes. If we get more heroes, the chances are we're not going to have the ability to build them just for the simple fact of the sheer cost of getting them and building them up themselves. Now, looking at the events that we have going on right now, like I said, Community Titan, Gear Enhancement, we have 2 more days on this. Haven't focused on it at all, been just kind of doing a little build here and there. Almost have our rank 3 chicken, which is awesome. Champion Training, this we built. This we focused on. We got our first Titan points right there, second Titan points, and then as we continue to farm, you can see we're moving up because that goes in conjunction also with this one right here, which is the Dungeon Divers. This is another one that we've been making a lot of progression on. This is farming 12-3. When we've been going through and farming out 12-3, you can see we're probably not going to get to the Titan points down here, which is kind of unfortunate, but going through and farming this out on a regular basis, kind of double dipped because we had the Champion Training and we had the Dungeon Divers and also the Gear Enhancement that we got, but also Summoning Rush starts in 5 hours, so we're definitely going to be ready for that. Already have a lot of our Ancient Shards, Void Shards, got some Primal Shards in there. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to go all in for the summons. Then, of course, the tournament. The Fire Knight was a nightmare. Now, PvP Classic Arena all day long. This game is super focused on the PvP aspect and getting built out there. Fire Knight, unfortunately, we didn't hit 1,000. I don't even know how close. 966. We should be able to hit the Fire Knight up to at least 1,000 right here. We're not going to get the 2,000 plus. Again, not being able to farm the high enough content in here to really make a big difference, especially when it is those very specific champions we're using in there. So we're continuing progression, guys. We are doing incredibly well in here, going already on level 53, pushing towards level 54. As we continue our progression in here, you can see have a lot more food, a lot more silver, a lot more that we need to use within the next, what's this, 3 minutes right here. They are already full, 8 hours, 9 hours. I try to not let anything burn, anything go out of the inbox. This is just an absolute waste of resources if you're not using them. And I want to make sure, again, that we're farming in the arena itself. We're almost, and we're kind of pushing towards gold. I'm trying to, again, stay a little bit systematically out of gold as we're going through here and doing the fights. I don't want to push to gold because I feel like if we get there, the rewards might be worth it, but I don't want to be stuck fighting very, very high competition and high high level individuals. So here we can farm out these silvers, the silver metal 3s, and we've been farming out kind of like crazy. Again, using all of our tokens, going through and farming all of these very easy teams. Then I scoop back and I do all of the more difficult teams. And then of course, every 15 minutes, this does reset, meaning we're gonna have the ability to actually build it out a little bit further. And the exact same with Tag Arena. We've been going through here. I'll refresh right now, but going through here and buying out copies of the champion fragment. We have, I believe, 24 of them right now. So definitely saving and buying these out in the entirety. We could pick up some energy, but you can see right now we're at 600 energy, not really gonna have to worry about that. And then Arena, when it comes to the live arena, I have not been doing the live arena at all. This takes a crazy amount of time to go in here and do the arena. And we already have so many things that are going on within Raid itself. Going through, you know, doing the dailies, doing the weeklies, doing the missions, doing the challenges. There are so many of these that we're seeing in some bunch of different modes. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.